personal development, business coaching. Sorry, the today. So this one's very slow, but I wanted to get this out just today because I was off the grid for a couple of weeks. Obviously, it's some holidays. It won't be this too long, and then I will get back to doing one I was doing outside and other ones as well. For the essence or cylinders of success, I call it. But I just want to touch briefly on if you are not achieving your goals, it could be something to do with your self-concept as well. Sometimes fears take over, like the fear of failure, fear of the unknown, the fear of loss, and even the fear of success. And when you set a goal, you are going to have obstacles. Self, right? I believe in this goal, but do I deserve this goal? Now, if someone who says I don't deserve this goal, it goes back to the self-image, whether they have what's called a positive PSI for short. A negative self-image, that means how you see yourself. So when next time you look in the mirror, how you actually see yourself. If you see yourself and you keep constantly putting yourself down, or using negative language, or listen to the little inner voice in your head, critic, and say, I don't deserve this, I'm not worthy of this, I don't believe I can achieve this goal, that you need to work on your self-image and your self-esteem. If you start improving your self-image, that will increase your self-esteem. Your self-esteem is almost like a thermostat, and so is your self-image. You go through day to day, you communicate with other people, with have certain circumstances. I'll give you an example. You get up in the morning, you say it's going to be one of those days. You're already rolled out of bed, wrong side of bed, already grumpy. You go to the bathroom, you have your brush your teeth, you go downstairs, kiss your significant other. They don't ask you to drop the kids to school, which you say, oh no, I'm going to be late for work. Or if not, you're running late to the office or your business. Could be anything. And you find out the car don't start or the trains are delayed. And by the time you get to work, you're in a real state. I would call it in a positive frame of mind. Now, this will go through the whole day, and as your mind replays it, it will restore it. Just mind. And as it stores it, when things like this happen, it's like a reflex action that comes back. Alternative could be other days where you feel unstoppable. Nothing can go wrong. If it does, doesn't affect you. That's when you've got your positive self-image. When you've got your positive self-image, that affects your self-esteem. And as your self-esteem goes up, and you can see yourself achieving things, see your goals clearly in the distance. They're coming towards you. Even though you've got obstacles, you can say yourself, your confidence increases. People notice the difference. Now, once again, I know I talk a lot about personal development, and I do a lot about, because I read a lot and I listen to a lot of CDs as well. And like yourselves, I'm a work in progress. I'm not where I want to be in life, but I'm going. And one of the other things is not to quit. One of the quotes that primarily used by successful people is, a winner never quits and a quitter never wins. Easy said and done. I know that from experience. But going back to the self-esteem and self-image, if you can even if you increase it by 5, 10%, it will make an awful lot of difference in your life. Relationships with other people, when you're going for a promotion, when you're starting a business, or whether you want to buy your first property, or you want to go around the world, or start a book, or start charity. Um, you can't always do that in a negative frame of mind because it will come out and show. What you see in your inner world reflects out in your outer world. A lot of people will say, no, 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 things are always happening bad to me, Raj. Things always happen to me, but that you're not favored for good luck or bad luck. Life, but it's fair even when it isn't, if that makes sense. And everyone, if you smooth it out, everyone has good luck and bad luck in equal measures. Some people have more, some people have less. But what you can do is you can put it in towards your favor. Luck is labor under correct knowledge. Luck is where preparation meets opportunity. So if you prepare yourself for the opportunities, you'll be more lucky. And people think you're more lucky, even though they know that you put hard work in whatever you do. This will then increase your confidence, which, like I said, will increase your self-esteem and your self-ideal. Your self-ideal is one of the self-concepts where you see yourself. If everything was ideal, my technical issues here today, but I'll carry on. Would look at increasing your positive self-image. Now, the way to do that is you can use affirmations like saying, I'm a winner, I'm a successful person, I'm healthy, wealthy, with other people, I am lucky. Now, you got to repeat them quite a few times, and you've got to repeat them with belief. It goes along like saying, if you do it as a discipline, eventually it becomes second nature and it will become a part of you. When you feel like it and when it's convenient, it won't, because you're not committed. You need to be committed as well. What I will say is that these things can be improved. Anything can be improved. Your mindset can be improved. Your skill sets can be improved. It can be improved. If you can't go for 100% or 50%, 100%, go for 5%, even 1%, and then see how it goes. Great. If it doesn't, try something else. The formula for success is you go for something you like. Basically, you go for something you like, or you know what you want. You can get it. You believe you deserve it, and then you go for it. But most people, the people just before they get success, because they try and try and try, and then in the end they give up. And it was just around the corner where they would have got the wealth they were seeking, or the health they were seeking, or the finances, or the promotion, or the success in the business. As Anthony Robbins says, God's delays are not their denials. The universe is testing you. There's universal laws. If you work with the universal laws, you'll be successful. If you align yourself with the universal laws, you will be successful. If you go against the universal laws, you won't be successful. It's as simple as that. Lose, and success is also a journey, not just a destination. With that, I want to leave you with the concept of the self-concept. So that includes your self-esteem, image, and your self-ideal. If you can get the first two right, to the next one. And remember, no one, and I'll leave you this quote by the wife of one of the ex-presidents. If you're having a bad day and people are being criticizing you and everything, or shouting at you, and no one make you. I think it was words to this effect. No one can make you miserable or without your consent. You know, you will have to give them this consent. I'll give you a quick example where I go. Is most people say, and I do it as well. No, the other person hasn't made you angry. You made yourself angry because you reacted to what the other person said. Can make you do anything. It's you that does it. It's just that you're blaming the other person because of that. It's caused a trigger. Now, I won't go too much into that, but obviously we are beings at the end of the day, not just human doings. So we can go through some serious emotions. And if it say is different from the robots or animals on the planet, even animals have emotions as well. So think about your self-image, positive self-image, and yeah, if you feel that you want to improve your self-image, go and read a book. You get a library ticket. Go and thinking book. Watch a comedy. Watch something that gets you in the right frame of mind on your toxic emotions, as I call it. So I've been guilty about this in the past, and I still am. And we're all work in progress. But remember, your life on this planet is very finite. There are a lot of people who have departed this planet who shouldn't have, but unfortunately, do certain things they have, and they would love to swap places. And I'll leave you with a quote, and it's not meant to be morbid. It's just meant to tell you that life is meant to be to live. You need to to quote one ex-manager, a day above your own opportunity for you to grow as a person. And if you don't grow as a person, the universe will come and test you. And situation or circumstances, once again, Tony Robbins, which will be unpleasant to grow. Um, but I will be increasing, and I'll talk a few other subjects as well. And then I'll go in particular topics that people need in their everyday life. Until next time, you go for your goals, and I'll see you then. Take care. Bye bye.